he's got supporters. Detroit, New York, Los Angeles, inciting large-scale arrests and sympathy marches.
This is a movie that America needs right now.
Sure.
And I mean, I want to know what's your feelings on, the timing of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible that it's 50 years since these events happened, and there's never been a major motion picture with Dr. King at the center. I don't know why that's the case, but it is, and the moment is now. It's such a ripe, robust cultural moment. There's so much going on that I'm really honored that for some reason kismet or serendipity or the universe or God or whatever has aligned our piece with this moment. I'm honored by that. I think there's something to it, and I hope that the film kind of enters into the national conversation, the international conversation about the way that we treat people, about justice, about police aggression, about reform of prison industrial complex, of all of the systems that oppress people. So it's exciting in a kind of a painful, unfortunate way.
Mr. President, in the South, there have been thousands of racially motivated murders. We need your help.
Dr. King, this thing's just gonna have to wait.
It cannot wait.
You got one big issue, I got 101.
Selma it is.
In light of Ferguson, what do you hope people take away from this movie?
I hope that we recognize that strategy is key, being politically savvy is key, and also that peaceful protest, which I'm so glad to say is being evidenced at the moment, and that young people are coming together for this, black and white are coming together for this. It has to be deemed a human rights problem, not just a racial problem, because it is when all of humanity comes together and deems it unacceptable that I truly think a shift will come about. And so, I'm encouraged that's happening anyway, and I'm just so happy that our film further highlights that fact.
It is unacceptable that they use their power to keep us voiceless. Those that have gone before us say no more.
Right now, we don't really have someone that we look to the way people looked at Martin Luther King, and I don't know, publicly. Do you guys have anybody that inspires you that you think can inspire unity the way King did today?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, in the film we show scenes where thousands of people followed Dr. King on a word. I mean, there's a scene where literally he turns in one direction and he says, "Let's go," and thousands of people follow behind him. And you're right, we don't have a kind of one leader movement, but it's a people-led movement, and it's driven by social media, and it's driven by technology, and it's driven by something else. And I think that we really have to kind of figure out what the next steps to progress are when you're not following behind one person, because I think we've learned that when that person goes away, things fall apart. So there might be something else and something very beautiful to it being more of a people-led movement. I'm excited to see what happens from the social action, the protests that are happening right now around the world.
I heard about the attack of innocent people. I couldn't just stand by.
Looks like an army out there.
Hollywood is no exception when it comes to inequality. I mean, there's not a lot of options for black talent. I've seen a bump lately, and a lot of people come to me and ask me, is that the Obama effect? I don't know what the Obama effect is, and you guys make films. Tell me.
What's the Obama effect?
I think the bump that you're probably talking about is 12 Years a Slave and The Butler having, black protagonists and being bigger sort of canvassed films, and they did great business both domestically and foreign. And I think that my hope anyway is that the industry has run out of excuses to not have directors like Ava who look like Ava. And to be perfectly frank, what I'm so proud of is that not only is Ava black, but she's a woman as well. And I truly feel Selma is a different and more nuanced film for that. I know I'm a beneficiary of a different point of view than would otherwise be the case in playing this guy. And my hope, my prayer is that continues, that we have different points of view telling these stories, black people telling these stories, because it does change the tone of them.
What happens when a man stands up, says enough is enough?